Welcome back to As It Is, and today we've got a WrestleMania special. What we've done is collated a list of 29 wrestlers, and we're going to put them in a tier list. And we've also brought on everyone's favourite Statman.
Oh, he's back. Has he brought a beer this time, though?
He has done. Beer's pushing it, but he's got a brother's Tutti Frutti cider, so...
You might as well have just brought your Coke on again.
Coke's a bit stronger, I think, but starting slowly.
Tutti Frutti cider does sound stronger than Skull, though, so...
Tutti Frutti.
What's wrong with Skull?
To be followed up by a rhubarb and custard.
Oh my god.
Ooh, cheeky.
Ooh.
He's gone posh on us.
Dan?
Well, I took it old school. Brought a little bit of culture to the mix. A bit of Jamaican lager beer. You know, the old red stripe that the homeless drink. The beard is making me look homeless, so I'm embracing it.
Yeah, send me a pack of them, right? Yeah.
I think I just live off Stella at this point.
Yeah, your poor mother.
Your poor mother.
No
Yes.
one's seen in weeks.
No one has.
Oh. Tell you
She hasn't
something,
seen
though.
daylight.
It's going down well. That's quite nice.
Yeah, 4 more cans. He's sat on the street corner.
I forgot the taste of paw.
We're making the big bucks at this point. We might even start paying as guests soon.
Oh, please.
We already do. We always pay them.
Oh, what?
Exposure. Like every poor actor ever.
It's that episode in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when they're like, yeah, so we got 50 actors and we were asking about the payment and they were just happy for the exposure.
Yeah, I've never actually watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine apart from the "You Are My Fire." Apart from that scene.
Now number 5.
Chills, literal chills.
That's the one. That's who killed my brother. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I forgot that part.
Right, brilliant. So we've got a list of 29 wrestlers, and we're going to order them in S, A, B, C, and D.
He's learning.
I know my alphabet.
When did you learn that?
Last week. So, what we're going to do is take it in turns to pick a wrestler, and then we're going to do this.
Is that a sip of Stella, Ozzy? Is that a sip of Stella? What the fuck was that?
Because I had eaten, boys. I've had a packet of Sunbites, and that's it.
Today, Junior.
So what we're going to do is take it in turns to pick a wrestler, and then we're going to discuss. I'll go first, and my first one is going to be... Go old school, go Triple H.
The thing I remember about Triple H is when he was slugging it out in a cage with Undertaker. When he like got a fucking big old hammer and just started smashing Undertaker. Triple H, what are we saying, Ad?
He's up there. Is he A or is he S? He's towards the top.
If you're talking old school Triple H, I'd definitely say in the S. But if you're talking more like the recent Triple H, where he's gone more into the managerial
He's the man with the
CEO side.
He's the kingdom, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he? I knew we were dating Big Boy's daughter for a long time.
Stephanie.
He's got to go S, hasn't he?
He has to, yeah.
Let's put him in
One
S.
thing I remember at Triple H is when he had that, is it Generation X, when he like with Shawn Michaels?
DX, yeah.
Oh, that was wrestling.
Wrestling!
When they went to invade WCW on the tank that wasn't a tank, it was actually just a Jeep that they put scaffold.
I can't remember which one it was, like Leeds or Manchester, I can't remember which one it was. And he came down and everybody went mental for Triple H and everyone were giving fingers to like Daniel Bryan.
He plays the heel perfectly, doesn't he? Like Triple H is such a good heel.
Yeah. I just remember that long hair. Like when he
gets the water polish.
He was like like that.
Yeah.
Imagine being in crowd for that and just getting like a bit of phlegm. Like
Pre-COVID era. Imagine he does that now. Everyone's there with the fucking face shields on.
The splash zone.
Squirting hand sanitizer in the face.
Yeah, he's not got the bottle of water anymore. It's a bit of chaos.
Gargling hand sanitizer.
Yeah, instead of water, he just puts some on and just like that aside.
All right, Dan. Your turn.
You go CM Punk, yeah?
Mr.
UFC star turned pro wrestler.
Yo, thing is, I remember CM Punk, like, when he first came onto the scene, and like this bad boy attitude. I always just remember the big Pepsi logo that he had tattooed on him.
He's doing the straight edge society and all that.
Yeah, and like it was just, I don't know, it was just a badass. It was just badass, and like he didn't really care, and he didn't really go with the flow of
that was
what WWE were about. And
I love Punk.
Yeah,
it's
and
sick.
But you've got to, are we just taking into consideration WWE or his pathetic attempt to become a UFC star?
This is iconic. So like their symbols.
Yeah.
Of who they are as people. I feel like that's a better.
I feel like Punk, just because of his big like middle finger to the authority, he has to be up there because he totally.
Oh, he's definitely up towards the top, but
he's not top tier. I don't think.
That's the thing. The thing I respect so much about Punk is that he left wrestling and hasn't come back.
Yeah,
like,
he's not come back for the payout.
Yeah, they've offered him money. AEW offered him like, I think it was like an 8-figure sum or something, and he was like, "Don't need it. Not right for me. Not right time."
8 figures? I'll let in my head then. I'm like,
I think it's some up there. It was the biggest pay they were going to offer anyone anyway.
Well, just imagine big like fan base and following that CM Punk had. Like
that's the thing. Like
he probably still does though.
And he's the ultimate anti-WWE wrestler. And even when he was there, he's dropping the pipe bomb and that, and he's like naming The Rock as like Dwayne and that on WWE program.
Yeah.
And he's like acknowledging Ring of Honor and everything.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Sorry, like his interviews and stuff after he left WWE, and now he just goes in on Vince McMahon.
He doesn't shit.
No, I hate Vince McMahon like with a passion. So I don't.
It's all characters, and like you got to like now we can look back and think, oh yeah, it's good TV, it's good entertainment.
Oh
no, he's an absolute cock of a person.
What do you mean it's acting?
It's not fake.
I feel like his total disregard. He has to be. I agree with you there. I'd like top B, maybe A.
I'd vote A.
All right, now we'll work him in A.
This is going to be a very high tier of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Ad, your pick.
I'm going to go for the man himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, grab your beers.
S. We don't even talk about it, do we?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, I feel like more of these more recent wrestlers have a bigger status now.
There's no way you cannot put Stone Cold in the top tier.
Yeah, no,
he's the most marketable wrestler of all time. Like
anyone younger than us has no clue who he is.
Really?
No,
I'm pretty sure.
Stone Cold.
It's Stone Cold. Like
Stone Cold.
I just remember like when we were younger, him shotgunning beers and it's like crushing 3 on like his head and like.
Obviously, I'm a couple of years younger than you, so I was like coming into it just after the Attitude Era. Like you had the last little dregs of it, didn't you? But I was coming into it just after, and he's like this mythical figure that gets talked about. And when he came to remember the match at WrestleMania when it was Umaga versus Bobby Lashley, and it was about Trump or McMahon shaving their head.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold's the special guest referee just stunning everyone. Stone Cold stunner on Donald Trump. Stone Cold stunner Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I've seen that because they do like memes and stuff about it, don't they?
Donald Trump's 2 pages flying off.
It's that when he punched
Donald Trump S tier.
That when he punched like Stephanie McMahon or something face.
Mate, he's. If we were doing the goats again, he's the goat.
It has to be either him or The Rock, don't it? Really, for the goat.
That's a which do you prefer? That's a personal taste thing, but
yeah,
for me, I'm a Stone Cold guy.
Yeah, it's edgier. There's a bit more substance to it.
Yeah,
All right. What I'm tempted to do now is take CM Punk down 1, take Triple H down 1, and stick Stone Cold above.
Yeah, he's above Triple H. I found
Let's
that.
take them all down, and we're
let's do
balancing
that.
it out. All right, I've got a good pick here, and it's Bonesaw McGraw from the original Spider-Man movie.
The man against Tobey Maguire.
Was it? What was it? Oh yeah!
Fun story about. Obviously, we're talking about Randy Savage. Fun story about him. A rumor about the reason why he was let go from WWE was because he banged like a 15-year-old Stephanie McMahon. It's never been proven, but it's a rumor that goes around a lot.
I don't think we can chat on that, can we? Are we allowed?
No, so I was looking at Bonesaw quotes. He's like, "You're going nowhere. I've got you for 3 minutes. I'm ready for playtime."
That's the one. I got you for 3 minutes. It's like looking about at the cage and
off his nut.
It looks like he's on cocaine. All sweaty and that.
Oh, I love the Spider-Man film.
I'm not gonna lie though.
It's good.
It can't really be above D. Really, let's be
What, Macho Man?
Randy Savage, man. He's
Macho Man. Come on.
Bonesaw McGraw.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Bonesaw McGraw, nowhere. Macho Man.
So for those of you who don't understand, Macho Man Randy Savage
Both the
played
same
a
person.
character in a Spider-Man film.
Alternate universe.
In the MCU.
I thought we were putting him in as Bonesaw McGraw. Oh, Macho Man, fair enough.
Yes, Randy Savage.
I thought we were doing alter ego.
In that case, we've got the leprechaun from the Leprechaun, i.e. Hornswoggle.
And the creature from Pan's Labyrinth. I'd want to put him in A, but I'll take the L.
I'm down for B or C at the minute.
I'm a B.
B, yeah.
I feel like we need to go for the man himself just because he's about my height. Rey Mysterio.
I thought
we were going even smaller, yeah.
No, like I remember when he first came onto like the wrestling scene. It was the first like wrestler that really excited me to watch.
Yeah.
It was just here, there, everywhere, doing flips from places you'd not seen people do flips. I mean, do you remember when you first saw the 619?
He was perfect for the PG era, wasn't he? With the colourful mask and the being like, high-fiving the kids in the crowd and that. But he could get down.
Because he was same height as most of the kids.
He could get down and dirty as well, though, Rey Mysterio. When he was at WCW with the cruiserweights, and then a load of the cruiserweights moved over to WWE, and some of their matches are some of the best technical wrestling matches you will ever see.
Where like Rey Mysterio's eye popped out.
Oh, it was a match last year with Seth Rollins.
No, like really recently or something.
It was an awful angle they were doing.
He had like a fake eye in his
prosthetic
hand.
eye.
And like he was doing that and like it will pop it out. And,
Seth Rollins went through like a little phase where he was just taking people's eyes out. He did it to Aleister Black, and Aleister Black came on like wearing an eye patch one day.
I am the eye collector.
Then it was a pay-per-view early last year, and he had a match against Rey Mysterio. It was an eye for an eye match. The loser had their eyeball taken out, and you were watching it the entire time going, how the fuck are they going to get out of this? Like, what are they going to do to end this match? And then it was the shittest looking. Like he put him on the steel steps, and Rey Mysterio's like, reach for my pocket. Oh, look, my eye.
Reaches under cloth. Where is it?
It was like one of them. It was like one of them prank eyes that you get there something spring. It's like whoa, no.
And then it's like the next week, his son Dominic Mysterio is coming like, I'm gonna come fight you because you took my dad's eyeball out. But it'll be back next week, probably.
He has to be on same as CM.
Yeah, B. Oh, B's gonna be really full in it. We'll go B and then we'll adjust.
He has to
Go
be a B.
B. Yeah, cool. Adam.
I'm gonna go for my man Rikishi.
Honestly, it looks like you.
We have the same taste in underwear. Sorry, but any man that can pull off a thong that well is going in the S tier.
Mr. Man Tits himself.
It's when he was in Too Cool with Scotty Too Hotty and Grandmaster Sexy.
Yeah.
And he's like dancing in the middle of the ring.
Scotty Too Hotty when he used to do the worm, he was like, what?
It was the middle of I can't remember which Royal Rumble it was, but like everyone else got thrown out. It's just them three in the ring. It's just, bam, 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 bam. Just start dancing.
He put his shades on.
Puts his hat on. Rikishi's a legend, mate.
There's very few wrestlers from that era that I remember, but he's definitely one of them.
I just remember him from Stinkface when he used to put something in the corner and put his ass in the face.
I tell you what, though, he's got one hell of a super kick on him though. When he used to catch that, and the sound that used to come from it was just mental.
Well, I don't know if any of you ever did, but or if you have, do any of you have like an older cousin that used to bully you?
No, but I'm used to it.
You just used to do like those wrestling moves on like trampoline or some shit.
Nah, what my older cousin used to do.
My mate Jamie just absolutely ripped the shit out of him.
It just
takes the bomb.
Nah, my older cousin used to chuck me into the corner of the room. Bear in mind, I'm only about 3. He's 5, and fucking stink face me. But it wouldn't run at it. It just kind of like go over the top of me and just fucking put his ass there. And I remember once, I must have been about 5, something like that. He farted in my face and I cried for hours. Do you think it's mad how them intros, they relate to obviously a character, and when you hear that intro, everyone loses their shit. Like one that I always with WrestleManias in recent years is The Rock. When The Rock goes off, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" Oh man!
Yeah. All right, before we get too carried away though, Rikishi, I'm tempted to put him in C.
I'm tempted to C.
Top C, yeah.
Iconism, not as much as the others.
Is it B? Is it be a B for icon? But I'd say C.
He's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and then since we were talking about him, I'll pick Edge.
Edge
and Christian.
It was when they went through the phase of Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudleys.
The Dudleys.
Team 3D, yeah?
Oh, man. The Dudleys were sick. Edge is good, man, but I'm struggling to put him on here, if I'm being completely honest.
He's the man that made Money in the Bank, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm just looking at it, and he's bigger than CM Punk, Rey Mysterio.
I remember getting pissed off because he made the spear so iconic. Like I was just like, it's so shit and basic.
But it's an easy move, though.
He's not got
the
best spear in wrestling, though. Goldberg's spear, despite everything else with him now, he's got the hardest hitting spear. Like you look at it, and he's like, he's gonna kill you. He's just gonna split you in half.
What you can do when you're 6'8" and weigh about 500 kilograms.
He used to play American football, didn't he, Goldberg? You see him run at someone, he's like.
Well, Goldberg is actually in Goldberg's like the thing on E4. And it's funny because he's like the coach in it, and they're trying to like make him like a really vulnerable man. Like he's like a really small man inside, and he's like, "Don't judge me because my exterior muscles and my absolute."
He's there.
Aesthetics.
His fucking neck muscles up here to his ear.
Yeah. Nah, you won't mess with him, would you? But anyway, we weren't even on about him. We're on about Edge.
Yeah, about Edge.
Adam, take us off topic. How dare you?
Oh yeah, it's me doing that. Yeah. Edge though, he's one of the iconic superstars of our generation.
He's up there with Triple H, isn't he?
If you think about like our generation when we grew up, we had John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Michaels and Triple H running around there, Undertaker. He's of that caliber.
Oh,
I'm saying he's in the conversation with them.
He is. Like
and the thing about Edge is
one
he did
minute,
it singles and he did it tag.
Would you put him in? You wouldn't put him in the same category as Christian. That's the thing.
Oh no, Christian would be low. Christian's really underrated, but he's not the crack.
That's it. But Edge, when you think of Edge, you think of Edge and Christian. You don't. I never really think.
I don't. To be fair,
I think of the ultimate opportunist with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Him and Vicky Guerrero. Him and Lita in the ring when they started fucking shagging in the bed in the ring.
It's mad that they used to do that, and they just don't. Imagine if they tried to do something.
Well, you know the whole backstory behind that with Matt Hardy and Edge and Lita.
Nah, go on.
So Matt Hardy and Edge were best mates from when they used to do all the tag team shit. That they were absolutely like always as a pair, best mates. Matt Hardy was with Lita; they were engaged, and it came out that Edge and Lita had been banging behind his back. And two like real life best mates.
For realsies or just
for real?
No, genuine for real.
Oh snap!
They've
Oh shit! Now it's real.
And rather than like being like, oh shit, they sacked Matt Hardy and made a story out of Edge and Lita, and there was a massive fan response like backing Matt Hardy through it. So they brought Matt Hardy back and just made it into like a big wrestling angle about it, which was why they did the whole thing about shagging in the ring and all that stuff.
How would you feel if you were Matt Hardy though and literally brought you back as
you had to relive your moments?
He's nicked your missus. He's nicked your spot on the card, and they're like, "I'm going to sack you as well. Fuck it. Yeah,
we're going to sack you, but now we're going to bring you back and make you watch it with millions of people having sex in the ring
and put a close up on your face."
Right, all right. I'm going to stick Edge at the top of B tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
For now.
That's fair. Top of
I feel like we need to go for Kane.
Here he is.
He's one of the top English goal scorers in the last few years, isn't he? So
yeah, he has been on form, especially his partnership with Son. Like them two as a tag team, absolutely fantastic.
Him and his son. They're like brothers in arms.
Well, Kane, he's going in the Hall of Fame this year, isn't he?
Is he? I feel like it's about time. I mean, he's
going in the Hall of Fame this year, next couple of days,
when
we're recording this.
Is Undertaker already in the Hall of Fame?
Not too sure because he's only just retired, actually. I'm not sure if he's actually in there yet.
Because he's
only just...
WrestleMania leading bloody 20
They don't tend to put them in until they've retired, though.
Right.
There was a massive thing because Ric Flair went in the day before he retired.
Whoa!
He's the first one still active.
It's usually if like before they retire or whether they die. It's one of them two.
Kane, anyway, the current mayor of Knox County in America, Glenn Jacobs.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's the mayor now. But the thing about Kane is, again, he's like Rikishi, where he just did so well reinventing himself. He started off as like a demon dentist character. This is Glenn Jacobs, not Kane, the character. Isaac Yankovic.
It started off as Sweeney Todd.
He started off as like a dentist, and then that didn't work. So when Diesel and Razor Ramon left to go start the NWO, they were like, "Oh, and Diesel's going to return next week." And then Glenn Jacobs walks out as a shit version of Diesel, and the crowd just start booing him out of the building. And yet he still managed to recover from that to have like a 25-year career in wrestling.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't speak for like the majority of his career.
Yeah.
He also had the best debut in wrestling ever. Just walking down to the Hell in the Cell, tearing the door off the Hell in the Cell, coming in, just battering the Undertaker.
Just choke slamming. I think Kane's costume is one of the most iconic in wrestling.
The original red.
Yeah, it's red and black.
And the mask.
It looks fire.
Just get rid of the mask with Kane, I think. Should have kept the mask.
Yeah.
It's like Rey Mysterio. If you get rid of Rey Mysterio with mask, it's not Rey Mysterio.
He's an ugly bastard, isn't he, Kane? I remember when they took his mask off and you were like, "Oh, put it back on."
The thing with Kane is it's like the Undertaker, where he was that big of a character that he didn't need the titles. They weren't necessary. Like Undertaker didn't get that many World Championship reigns because he didn't need them. He's almost above that.
It was almost as if them characters don't need that recognition. Like the ones like John Cena, The Rock, that's what their careers are. They're like, oh, I need this world championship.
You could just have Ric Flair as Ric Flair.
Yeah.
It's because he's just a guy. That is character, but he's just a guy. Kane is this demon spawn fucking like this suddenly he set fire to his family and like
it's just there
to the US title to get over.
It's just there to cause anarchy and to be a bit of a.
It's like Bray Wyatt today. Bray Wyatt won't need that many titles because of the character that he is.
Wouldn't Wyatt's recently die?
Luke Harper. He was in AEW. He was doing really good shit in AEW.
How did he die? Were it just like heart attack or what?
He was in short illness in hospital, I think it was.
Shit.
But AEW did a massive tribute show for him as well because he was one of their top stars.
He was doing they were a big star when he came over to WWE when Wyatt's first come onto the scene, and
he was doing really good stuff in AEW, brutally. And then they had this really nice tribute show. They had his family on, and they retired one of the title belts and gave it to his son. That was really nice, really well handled. Shame. He was doing really good stuff. It was best work in his career.
Only young as well, really young.
Yeah, he wasn't old, no.
It's sad that wrestlers die so young, but that sort of abuse and shit they've put on the bodies.
It's the thing in it, especially back in the day when there was all the steroid abuse and everything.
Yeah. Well, you saw with fucking Chris Benoit who abused. He was on so many drugs.
That was the head trauma, wasn't it?
Where,
can't remember what it's CTD or whatever it's called, where the repeated hits to the head basically killed part of his brain.
Do you remember with Benoit though, like they did like a reunion special or something for him, and then that's like take everything back.
Yeah, it was the day he died. They only had the reports that Chris Benoit died, so they did a big show about everyone crying over him and everything. And then the next day there was an ECW show on, and start of the show, Vince McMahon came in the video out of character just as Vince McMahon and said Chris Benoit will never be mentioned again on this channel. He does not deserve to be mentioned again, basically. And that was just it. And then I was watching on the documentary I was watching about the Attitude Era I was on about earlier. There was a bit about Eddie Guerrero coming over to WWE from WCW. And it always used to be like him, Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko running together. And they've had to they've edited everything. There was always the three of them. They had to edit everything, so it's just showing the two.
Yeah.
And there was I saw it, the hour-long episode. There was one shot that you could see Chris Benoit's head in, and it was like a second, but then they just couldn't edit him out of.
Well, they said that what he did to like his wife and like his kid and that were after Guerrero's death, wasn't it? And they said that had a major part.
There's a really good show called The Dark Side of the Ring, which is about like dark stories to do with wrestling and stuff. They did a 2-part episode, and it's well worth a watch. Really good.
Is it that one when they're on about like that stabbing backstage and stuff?
Yeah, there's loads of them.
I
think it's like the 3rd series coming out soon or something. But they've done about like how Jimmy Snuka got away with murder, how the Chris Benoit tragedy, Owen Hart fall into his death. I think they've done one on. There's one coming in the next season called The Plane Ride from Hell. It's just mental. Like someone got stabbed, I think, on the flight as well. Like there was about 6 or 7 people got like fines and fired and shit, and it's stupid. I remember the Ric Flair one because all he was doing was walking around with the title belt and his cock out, just walking up and down the aisles.
We're talking about Kane. Kane.
Oh,
back on subject.
Oh, I mean, it's amazing. I love this podcast, man.
What happens when you've got me on is it just takes a tangent.
No, we do every episode, man. We just talk about shit, and we love it. Like
that's what
I guess this is our like
about.
This is our shit that we do, and whatever happens, we just roll with it. It's cool.
Yo, if you stick to one subject, it's boring. Like people want to see that. They want to see real people, actual conversations.
It's like if you're watching a video on YouTube, it's just like cut, edit, cut, take, cut, edit, cut, flicking. Whereas if you have like an actual 5-minute conversation, you can listen to it in the background and you'd be like, oh yeah, cool.
That's what I was saying to you about the football YouTubers and that I watch. It's just getting stagnant.
Say that again. I wasn't paying attention.
That's what I was saying to you about like the football YouTubers that I watch and that they're just getting stagnant now and just it's the same stuff that you've watched for like the last 18 months.
Watching what's it called? McGoldrick shout at stuff for
What you mean? You mean the God Goldbridge?
Yeah, that's it. Not
McGoldrick.
I said McGoldrick.
The Sheffield United forward that only performs against Chelsea. All right, let's not talk about Chelsea actually this week. I set off just after the first goal winning, so Chelsea were 1-0 up. It's like, oh, epic, yeah, calm. Got there, everyone's going, I'm there wearing a Chelsea shirt as well, because we've been playing that day. I get there, Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans going, you want to check your phone. 5
So Harry Kane in A, yeah?
I'd put him down one, maybe.
And B, what's like Edge, CM Punk, Randy Savage, Rey Mysterio?
I'd say he's of that tier, yeah. As much as I like him,
what?
I'd say B's probably fair, pretty nice for him as well, to be fair.
What, you put Kane on same level as Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
That's fucked. Well, we've had 2 votes for A and 1 for B.
I'll take the L. The great Khali. Entering the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Is he?
Getting the Indian market in there, yeah.
It's how he walks against me. It's
like,
really...
He's a really famous wrestler, but
he's shit, isn't
there's a lot of people that aren't in the Hall of Fame.
He's appeared in a lot of films recently as well, though.
Yeah, but they're trying to tap the Indian market at the moment, aren't they? They did the NXT India show as well. There was only Indian performers wrestling and stuff. So I think they're trying to get right into that market.
I remember watching like Great Khali, and I always used to think, Jesus Christ, if he can be a wrestler, a guy with literally 2 wooden planks with no bend in them, like for legs.
He's just massive, isn't he?
He's just massive and ugly. That's the only reason why he's just big and ugly.
That was his problem as well. He was too big, wasn't he? Great Khali. Like,
well, you saw his legs. He couldn't bend them. It was literally like...
That's what I'm saying. He was too big. He couldn't... Like, he'd go to move and it would take that much force to move him.
Like...
That you could genuinely believe someone like Rey Mysterio that's just that quick could beat him up.
Only person that you could kind of like put on his kind of like height category would be Andre the Giant, really.
Giant Gonzalez, the fought Undertaker. Have you not seen the pictures of Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania with Undertaker? He wore this. I'll get it up. This pitch. He wore this like bodysuit thing, with like basically like painted on muscles and stuff.
Did he have movement in his legs, like full motion?
Giant Gonzalez was 8 foot tall.
How big were Andre? He was 7 foot. Something, wasn't it?
That's Giant Gonzalez.
Bloody hell.
Mark.
Jeez.
Looks like me.
So, like, Undertaker's a tall geezer.
He's about 6'10", isn't he, Undertaker?
That's him against the Undertaker.
Jesus Christ. He's a big guy.
He's a big boy.
Big boy. Great Khali for me has to be in D. I'm sorry.
D, yeah. I'd agree with D.
He's shit, man.
There's some memorable moments, but he's not of the same quality as some of the other picks, is he?
Nah, like, if you try to put him on the same level as Rikishi and he's in C, you just don't. You can't do it.
To be fair, he might actually appear on this podcast. I think it's like $200 you can get a cameo from him.
What, from the Great Khali?
The Great Khali.
Oh, sure.
If you go on cameo.com, it records like a shit ton of birthday messages.
Oh, I've seen them. We should definitely invest in one of those.
Have a cameo episode.
Oh yeah. When we do get the fucking money.
When we get monetized, Dad, we will do.
We all pick one person.
This is a Great Khali. We got the cameo.
I saw that you can get James Buckley for 40 quid.
He makes a killing out of it though, James Buckley.
Yeah, well, it's an English cult hero, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Jay from the In-Betweeners.
Your friend.
That ain't even him who originally did that. It was Simon, wasn't it?
Oh, friend, fucking football friend.
Is that when it's like, yeah, so I had one up here, finger there, one there, toe fucking I had one over here.
Football Manager, complete it, mate.
You can't complete it.
Well, I got off a the England job, didn't I? So
John Cena.
I can't see him. Where?
What do you mean you can't see me?
I can't see him.
You're blind?
You're blind, you can't see me.
You're blind, you can't see me?
Where is he? I can't see him on my screen.
John Cena, he's...
I don't know where we're going with this bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I've got a punchline for you.
Yeah.
I was waiting there for someone to say something like no one's gonna say it. I'm just gonna sit here looking like a twat. I
was like,
have a nice close up of my face, everyone.
Jokes down, let's move it on. Fucking John Cena, he's the Stone Cold of our generation as much as a lot of people didn't want him to be.
Yeah.
I
guess so.
Easiest way to put it, isn't it?
It was that
Definitely more PC, but
it was that chant he used to do. What were it? We love Cena, Cena sucks or something. What were it? Let's go, Cena, Cena sucks.
That's such a like American chant.
It was when they had the ECW one night stand event, and it was John Cena against Rob Van Dam for the WWE title at an ECW arena. And there was just a sign in the stadium that they zoomed in and just said, "If Cena wins, we riot." People fucking hated him.
They did, but at the same time, they loved him. It was such a weird love-hate relationship with Cena.
I think it was the thing that he was Vince McMahon's pick.
Wasn't he Kurt Angle's prodigy?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, he's like Captain America's understudy.
Yeah,
like
he's the ultimate star.
He's literally
Make-A-Wish Foundation, all that shit.
They literally brought, I remember they brought him in because when The Rock versus Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle yo, I can pick anyone out the rookie area to come and kick your ass, and out came John Cena ready and raring to go as a Marine. He had all fucking gear on his wristbands and that, do you remember when he had his cap on?
Yeah. Well, it's when he first got over when he was playing the Doctor of Thugonomics. So he had his cap and his chain around his neck and everything. He used to come out rapping and everything.
Yeah. He's done well off WWE though. He's a film star now, isn't he? Did you see him in it was that with parent? The parents.
You seen the trailer for the new Suicide Squad film?
Yeah.
No. He's basically playing an R-rated Captain America, basically, in it. I want you to go eat a bag of dicks. He's like, oh, if it was to save America, I'd eat a bag of dicks all day, every day. I can't eat dicks anymore.
John Cena, 18 plus.
It's John Cena say this, you're like, oh, he's the ultimate PG guy. He's on about eating dicks all day. That Suicide Squad film looks sick, by the way.
Yeah, they're finally... Well, that's the thing, DC are finally doing justice to all their fucking films.
I've never been into DC. I've not even seen the first Suicide Squad yet.
Sylvester Stallone playing King Shark in it.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the voice of King Shark.
Right, John Cena's rating?
S. He's got to be, hasn't he?
For our generation, he has to be S. Because he is literally he's on par with Stone Cold.
Now that he's gone, you miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be S. He's up there with The Rock, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan.
For how iconic he is, yeah.
Mm.
As much as some people don't like him, you can't say he isn't iconic.
I was just looking for him for a minute. Oh my god.
You can't see me.
Wait, what? But we're not finished. Turns out this year, WrestleMania is a 2-day event, so we figured we'll just upload part 2 tomorrow. Hopefully. But remember to like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you in the next one.
Alright, so today we have a sumptuous double chicken burger. On here, we are topped with mayonnaise,
Dirty.
with a nice splashing of grated cheese, which I'm assuming is mild cheddar. We also have a nice dollop of peri curry sauce imported from Portugal.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
I'm just dying for the burger to just like slip off the plate.
All over my computer.
Is that a lovely little brioche bun there as well?
Oh, yeah, of course. Don't be daft.
Lightly toasted.
I'm not a peasant. I'm not a peasant, even though I've got the red stripe.
All Dad's eating.
That's the cover for the video. That just.
That's the thumbnail.